Wee-wee, is Blizzard at it again? Oh boy, the last couple days for Blizzard has been absolutely on fire. There's a lot going on. Things from Hearthstone introducing a subscription fee to World of Warcraft's lead developer leaving the classic version of the game over protests of the way that they do employee evaluations. I got a bunch to show off here, but before I get right into it, please do me the favor, like, subscribe, do all the good YouTube things, because without you guys doing this, this channel doesn't grow, and I muchly appreciate it if you can help me out here. So the WoW, or World of Warcraft Classic dev, exits Blizzard, protests employee review system. So what I'm getting out of this was he didn't want to give a negative review to people that were actually performing and doing their job correctly. He wanted to give them proper reviews, but he was getting pressured from above to say, no, you can't do that. We can't give raises. We can't have positive reviews around here. You need to completely de-inflate their spirits, and you need to knock the morale down, because we're not making money, and we're not making enough money as Blizzard anymore. They recently pulled out of China. They've recently done a whole whack of stuff going on in the development world. The Microsoft deal, I don't even know if it's going to go through now. So Blizzard has to tighten the belt. We kind of saw this with Wizards of the Coast just a little bit, but they're not doing nearly enough. You know the axe is coming to them. One of the co-lead developers of World of Warcraft Classic has left Blizzard, and a new report from Bluebird reveals that it was allegedly over a dispute involving an internal employee review system. The ousted developer, Brian Birmingham, reportedly protests Blizzard's stack ranking process, which would have him required to give employees lower reviews than they deserved in order to meet a quota. Bloomberg revealed that this report in the system in its report, according to an internal email Birmingham sent to other members of his team, managers were expected to give lower rankings to a certain number of their staff, roughly 5%. The managers appear to have found ways around this directive over the past few years, but this year Birmingham was allegedly forced to lower an employee's rating from average to developing in order to hit the quota. So they're creating a quota saying you have to show that the people are going to have to improve from that. So now you got to rank your bottom 3 employees worse than they actually are, type of thing. That it's skeezy. Like, this type of thing from a corporation sucks. It's horrible to have to look at it this way. When I used to be a store manager for a retail outlet, I actually had to bring in every employee once a month and actually do a review with them. It was really not something I enjoyed. It was not something that was fun, but it was stuff that was put out by the mandates of the company I was working for. And that's what they wanted. They wanted to always show that there was improvement, room for improvement for employees to grow and stuff like that. In this circumstance, he's saying they're hitting all their quotas. What more do you want? It's a very corporate way to try and get more out of the employees that you have, trying to get them to do more, and it really knocks down the morale, and it's not fun. It's not a fun environment, and it creates a animosity between management and the employees. It's not fun to do that at all. And in all honesty, if you want to do stuff like this, you ask them, you request it, and then you get them to repeat the request back to you, and then they understand the task. As long as they're understanding the task and pushing forward, generally, people will do a good job. They will do what is necessary. You put the tools in front of them, they will do the job. So in a circumstance like this, where it seems the tools were there, the employees were performing, they were doing the job, but because upper management says you need to show us where you're going to improve and make us more money, then it becomes a situation where corporate America has to be king, and that is not right. And this is sometimes that line that is not fun to walk for during the times of being in these positions. Now, for the other thing that has come up, there was a survey that went around that's been touting some new ideas that they want to bring to Hearthstone. This will have a rippling effect if this goes forward. Might I bring up this monthly subscription for all standard cards for one class. One monthly price for $10 to access all standard cards in one class of your choice. So you get all the card class of like a Death Knight for $10 a month. That's insane. That's absolutely ridiculous. Put this in Magic the Gathering terms, because I know a lot of you guys are more Magic the Gathering than Hearthstone. I hate Hearthstone. I think it's a very boring and generic looking program. Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, imagine you had to pay $10 a month to get all your red spells. Imagine paying $10 a month to get all the white spells that are in standard. That's insane. So in most cases, you are fixated on the 5 colors of the color pie. So this would bring it down to, if you wanted to switch up your decks and play your decks, it would be $50 a month for all 5 colors of Magic the Gathering, right? I don't know how many classes there are in Hearthstone. I haven't been following it as much anymore. It's been one of those things that I've just let go. But for me, as a Magic the Gathering player, as a player that sees a TCG, this is something that was brought up back with Magic the Gathering. Some people said, well, you know what? I might pay this much money a month to get all the cards in standard. Now, the other thing here is a monthly subscription for $20 to have all access. What is a World of Warcraft subscription right now? I think it's 16. Was it $16 for World of Warcraft or 14? I can't remember. It's been so long since I played WoW. That's insane. This is a subscription based for Hearthstone is absolutely no. It's unequivocally, you say no straight up. They want to monetize cosmetics, that's fine, but if they're saying that now you get all access, it's going to be $20 to play this game, what is the incentive of playing at that point? Is there an incentive? Is there a reason to play the game? The whole purpose of a collectible card game, they should just enact trading. At least Hearthstone has a dusting system where Arena doesn't. That was one of the biggest drawbacks for people in Arena. However, there is a roundabout dusting system, which I think I've covered on a couple live streams before. Hearthstone is just, it's not one of those games I would ever go to, but this subscription here would have rippling effects for any digitalized card game out there. If this goes forward, it will have a rippling effect for Magic the Gathering Online, Magic the Gathering Arena. You will see something like this come out. What in the world would you pay a month to have all the cards accessed in standard for Magic the Gathering? Now, there's other formats of it where standard cards move into like historic. So this is just for standard, right? So once the cards go, they would disappear out of your collection. So keep that in mind. And I believe that's the same sort of thing with Hearthstone. This would get rid of the dusting system that they would have there. It would have a ripple effect all throughout it. Now, this is being picked up by a bunch of people. Blizzard teasing monthly Hearthstone subscription from Esports GG. And PC Gamer, Blizzard is sounding out how much players will pay for a Hearthstone subscription. So this is going to make the rounds. You're going to see a lot of it. And it's straight up for me, no, you don't charge a subscription base. You want to monetize the game. You make it so the cosmetics are monetized. You have to make a way that free-to-play players can get in there and do stuff. Otherwise, you're just literally throwing money away for a game like this. You know, World of Warcraft was a very difficult thing for me originally to sit there and pay monthly to play it. At one point, I stopped because I couldn't afford to pay it anymore. It also became very dull and boring and tedious, and that's another reason why I stopped playing WoW. Where with Hearthstone, I cannot personally see myself paying a subscription to play this game. Unless there was a way for me to actually earn money out of the game, there's no way I'm putting money towards a card game like this without actually owning the property. So at $20 a month, that's $240 a year. $240 a year for Magic the Gathering, that's $240 American. So if you translate that over to a Magic the Gathering sort of scenario, that's 2 to 3 booster boxes of cards, like actually owning cards in your hand. So I personally couldn't see it for digital content. I can't personally drop that type of money into a card game that I would never get anything out of. This is all the ruthlessness of what we're seeing in the corporations trying to monetize video games. We have seen loot boxes time and time again. That keeps making the rounds where they're getting regulated overseas. And honestly, we need laws on regulation on loot boxes that would include booster packs when it comes to these games, where it isn't so predatory. The employee stuff going on with Blizzard, you know what? I gotta say, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if you're from Blizzard right now, hold on to your butts, because I can tell you, if they're really cracking down on this, layoffs are coming. They're going to be laying off, and this is one of the reasons why they want the bottom 5%, is so they know who to cut out of the company. So the second that your managers have to give you a negative review, it means you're on the chopping block and you will probably not have a job throughout 2023. So do be aware of that. It is it's oncoming. It's going to happen, especially once the Microsoft merge happens. This, I can say, probably from Microsoft's side, if that merge goes through, they are looking to cut a lot of people, and that will happen. Layoffs will be coming to Blizzard. Trying to monetize the consumer, so much more. It's absolutely ridiculous where we're going with these things. They have a program that's working now. They've got tons of people that sit there and play this game over and over again, unlike Magic the Gathering, where it's completely dipped off the charts in Twitch. We'll have to wait to see where this one lies. I'm Ben, your proud Canadian Phoenix Shadow, signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.